Good morning. Today I'll be dissecting another copy, and this copy is a copy in the alt niche. It was written in 2005, like it's been long, but the copy, it's a copy that you will learn a lot from it if you dissect and get into the thought process of the copywriter. Because copywriter he put a lot of emotions, he used fear, he did a lot of things in the copy. I don't know if the person is a he or she, sha, but let's just say he. Like the copywriter is good, and it's one of Agora stuff. So you know that um you know what to expect from it. And if you don't know Agora, Agora is a publishing company in US. Like they deal with financial, health, and retirement, survival, and some other stuff. And all their copywriters are crazy. They always come from one crazy idea like this. So let's get into the thought process of the writer. Could it happen to someone you love this year? Could it happen to someone you love this year? Like if we are to dissect this according to the for you of a line, the Belsai comes back cancer. That tight feelings turns into a heart attack. The pain won't go away this time. It's arthritis. Learn the answers right here, then start using them now with your 6 free gifts. So let's dissect this according to the four use of headline. And if there are some other things you did in this headline, you can also point it out. Could it happen to someone you love this year? Like if you are looking at this headline with the way it is, we believe this headline like it's not like the normal headline we are used to. That's one. And two, if you are looking at it like this and wants to bring out um the use in it, like learn the answers right here, then start using them now. Like it is useful because you'll be the answers you get there, you'll be able to use it for something. Like you'll be able to use to cure all these diseases that we mentioned. It is ultra specific. And the ultra specificity here is not the use of number or some stuff like that. The ultra specificity is they mentioned the disease. It is cancer, heart attack, and arthritis. It is not diabetes, it's not stroke, it's not amnesia, it is not Alzheimer, like it is cancer, heart attack, and arthritis. That is ultra specificity there. It is useful, it is ultra specific, and it is also urgent because it said learn the answers right here, then start using them now. Now that noun there, it's urgency word, like it's urgency word with your 6 free gifts. And even if this now is not there, yeah, it is urgent because like he has used some fear, like he has amplified their fear. Yeah, they are fearful, they are scared, so they want to get into the letter and read every fucking thing in it. So it is urgent. And let's check out for his uniqueness. Like if you notice, I didn't mention the uniqueness, and that's the first thing I always mention when dissecting headline. But the reason I didn't mention the uniqueness is because if we are looking at this thing, we notice that at first sight, we believe this thing is not unique. Like it doesn't have any big idea. There is nothing special in it. But on second sight, like if you open your sixth sense as a copywriter, you will notice that this thing is unique. Like the uniqueness is this: could it happen to someone you love this year? Like this is the uniqueness there. Like this question, like it's a question, but it is a question that do a lot of things. Like you are curious, like what will happen to someone I love this year. You are also scared because you don't know what it's all about. And you said someone you love. Like we place this importance on people we love. So we don't want bad things to happen to them. Like this thing is special, like it is unique, it's in its own too. So let's get into it. Like this thing, it is when we want to get into the thought process behind this and the kind of emotion behind this stuff, could it happen to someone you love this year? The biopsy comes back cancer, the tight feelings turns into a heart attack, the pain won't go away this time, it's arthritis. Learn the answers right here, then start using them now with your 6 figure. Like this thing, it is curiosity embedded. They are scared already, it is emotionally compelling. Like people reading this, they are scared already. And if some people, the people reading this, they have a friend or a loved one that has cancer, that has arthritis or heart attack. Like these guys, they are scared already because they don't know what this is all about. They want to get into it and read it immediately. Dear health conscious friend, like you see, dear health conscious friend, like it's telling you like if you are this thing is mainly for people that are health conscious. So if you know you are not health conscious and it's not possible for you not to be health conscious, like even if you are not rich, might say, I'm not even conscious. I just want to eat. I just want to do this. I don't care about my health. But deep down in you, you care about your health. So when you see something like this, they want to put all their attention on this. Like you can say this, their health conscious friend is somehow like calling out the target audience and making them like calling, getting into the subconscious of the target audience and making them to focus all their attention on this stuff. First of all, relax. Like you see this, first of all, relax here. In the headline, he has amplified their fear. He has amplified their fear. These people, they are scared already. Like they are scared. They don't know what's happening. They want to know what's wrong. They want to know what kind of thing are you saying could happen to someone I love. Like they want to know what it is. So they are scared. Then he said, first of all, relax. He's trying to calm them down. Like he's trying to pacify their fear here. Like if you know the four principles of persuasion, pacifying their fear is there. But before you can pacify the fear of your target audience or your reader or your prospects, you have to amplify their fear first. You be the one to amplify their fear, then you pacify it. There's something about people always say that if you I've forgotten how they used to put this, but maybe if I remember I'll try to like something like yeah, there's something like give ah, I've forgotten about this. Let's just move on. First of all, relax. So he's trying to pacify their fear. He has amplified their fear in the headline. So now he's trying to pacify it. The answers are much better than you've been told. The new miracle pills are available now. You see, the answers are much better than you've been told. What answers are you talking about? These are the questions going on in the head and mind of the prospect and the readers. Like, what answers are you talking about? What have I been told? What are you saying, guy? The new miracle pills are available now. Like, what miracle pills are you talking about? And even if there are some miracle pills that are available now, why haven't I heard anything about it before? Like, these are the questions and the things going on in their mind. Then he said they are not being hyped in the mass media or the health magazines. They are not on the shelves of your drugstore or health food store, but you can get them if you know how. Now, he answered a little part, like he answered one part of the questions and thoughts going on in the head and mind of the prospect. Now, he talked about a new miracle pills. Now, he's giving them the answer to it that this is why you haven't heard about the miracle pills. They are not being hyped in the mass media. That's why you haven't heard about it. They are not being hyped in health magazines. They are not on the shelves of your drugstore or health food store. Then he said you can get, and now after he said all these things that they are not on share, the next thing going on in the mind of the reader is that, but how can I get it? Then he said you can get them if you know how. I always say one thing that if you are writing copy, always make sure if you write something in your copy and it trigger the curiosity of your audience or your reader, mention it in your copy. Say something like you are curious, right? Let them feel as if you are in their head, like you are in their mind. You know what's going on in there. Like if they are scared, mention it that you are scared, right? Now the next question in the mind of the prospect is that, but you can, how can I get it? Then he replied as if he's in their mind, but you can get them if you know how. This if you know how, then the next thing going on in their mind is then tell me how. And I promise you they can each change your life or very possibly save the life of a loved one in the coming month. This is like a hook, but he said if you know how. Like these people, they want to know how they can get it. But instead of telling them how they can get it, like it's a hook, then it's promising them that this thing, if you like, this thing is about to show them it's going to change their life or very possibly save the life of a loved one. Like the headline is based on their loved one. It's not on them alone, on the reader. Like, so if you have any loved one that is suffering from cancer, arthritis, or heart attack, like you want to continue reading this. And this guy is also promising you like this thing you're about to notice or discover is going to change your life and it's going to save the life of your loved one. So you want to continue reading. Like this is more like the primary promise. He's bringing the primary promise back. And let's check this sub headline. Let me tell you what they are and how to get them now. Now he's about to answer the question like if you know how, like how. Read on and you also find out how to get your another hook. 6 free health alerts. This brand new advanced healing library in your free bonus is your free bonus. It contains full details about all the breakthroughs mentioned in this letter and many more. Find out how to avoid breast, prostate, lung, skin and other cancers, heart disease, rheumatoid and osteoarthritis, asthma and other allergies, chronic pain, herpes, memory loss, Alzheimer's, macular degeneration, migraines, high blood pressure, the slow decline of getting older. Like these things are things like this illness and diseases, or what's it called, and what people are suffering from. And it's possible that people, someone reading this, like the readers, the prospect, they are also suffering from this, or they have loved ones suffering from this. Like they want to read it, they want to continue it. Like these things are promises, like these things are benefits. These are the things you're gonna gain if you read this to the end. You will also find out how the new breakthrough work, how to get them, and even recommended dosages. And just in case you are wondering, why haven't you heard about any of these new magic bullets before? Now, this is the thing going on in the mind of the prospect now. Like all these things he mentioned in above, like all these things are great and huge claims. Like they are something that you be like, if you are telling me, like if someone just come now, tell me that he discovered how to cure cancer completely without any side effects, without any problem after, I'll be like, how am I so sure you are saying the truth? Why haven't I heard about this on the health magazine? Why haven't I heard about this anywhere? And you're just coming here and you're telling me, I'm not so sure this thing you want to reveal to me is legit. Like these are the questions I'm going to ask the person. And that's the same thing going on in the mind of the reader at the moment they are reading this. And he said, I will tell you that too. It's because this news doesn't come from the mass media, but from a most unconventional source. Now you see, it's telling you like this thing doesn't come from the mass media, but from a most unconventional source. Like when he said unconventional source, the person will be like, "What unconventional source?" And he answered it immediately, directly from the scientists themselves. That's right, the scientists. Like this is more like building credibility for what he's about to reveal. Like when people hear about scientists, like they are so sure that what anything that comes from scientists is great. Like it's the truth. There's nothing wrong with it. Like they can't go wrong because they are scientists. The people actually making some of the greatest now is building credibility for the scientists. Like you use the scientists to build credibility for what he's about to reveal. Now he's building credibility from this for the scientists he's talking about too. And you know some skeptical people they might be, and some people that are very skeptical, they might be like, even if they are scientists, how am I so sure that these guys they know what they are doing? We have good scientists, we have fake scientists. Then it's building credibility for these scientists in order to curb that objection or the skepticism going on in the mind of the prospect. The people actually making some of the greatest new discoveries in alternative and preventive medicine in America, Canada, Europe, Asia, and Australia. This is the credibility for the scientists. Like when you tell like these scientists are not just online scientists, they are the scientists making some of the greatest new discovery in alternative and preventive medicine in America, Canada, Europe, Asia, and Australia. Like this is a great credibility already on its own. Not long ago, some of the best of these brilliant minds got sick and tired of watching their hard-won breakthroughs get buried by red tape, out of control regulators, and special interests. They decided it was time for an information breakthrough. And so, like, let's dissect this. Not long ago, and that's what happens in the world. Like there will be some people working behind the scene. Like those scientists, they are the ones working their ass off to get these discoveries out to the world. But you know that as scientists, once they do their work, they have to give it to the big pharmaceutical companies and all those hospitals. And these hospitals, they have their own regulations, they have their own red tapes and whatever. Like they will always belt some of the things. Like so, these scientists, like these brilliant minds, they got sick of it and tired of watching their hard-won breakthroughs get buried by red tape. Like this is the reason they are coming out themselves to give you this secret. You know, when you tell you like these people, this is what these people do, this is what these people do. They've done all this great discovery, they've do this, they've do that. Like the next thing going on in the mind of the prospect is this. Like they've been doing these things since, but why are they coming out now to tell me something? Then that's the question going on in their mind. Then he's giving them the answer to that question, that the reason these people are coming out now to tell you this is because all their hard work have been buried in the past and they don't want that anymore. That's why they come out to share this information breakthrough. And so, for the first time ever, a group of the most innovative physicians, researchers, medical professionals in the world have joined together to form an organization unlike any other. So, like these people, they come together for the first time ever to form an organization. And what's the name of the organization? Health Sciences Institute, HSI. HSI exists for one purpose only. Now, it's talking about HSI for one purpose only: to get the world's most life saving news out to you. HSI is truly independent. It isn't owned by an HMO, it isn't funded by drug companies, it doesn't serve the hidden agendas of medical schools or hospitals. Now, let's dissect this. When he talks about HSI, he said The work of HSI is to get the world most life-saving news out to you. And you'll be like, it's still the same thing I've been hearing all around. Like these people, this is how they usually tell us. They tell us that it is not like this thing is give us life-saving news. And at the end of the day, we find out that these people they are like they are affiliates to HMO, they are affiliates to medical school, they are affiliates to hospitals. Then it's breaking our objection immediately. Like this HSI is truly independent. It isn't owned by an HMO. It isn't funded by drug companies. It doesn't serve the hidden agendas of medical schools or hospitals. HSI is the world's only medical network looking out only for you. Like it's not like this HSI is mainly for the reader. Like it's not, it doesn't serve, it isn't an affiliate company to all these big top pharmaceutical companies. Like this HSI is only for you, and they want to give you the ultimate power to save your own life right now. Another audience like this thing is gonna start working for you right now. They want to give you access to what's going to save your life immediately. Like it won't start tomorrow. It won't start next tomorrow. It won't start next week. It won't start next month. It's going to start immediately, right now. In the pages of its member alert, HSI prints the latest word on the newest breakthroughs in natural medicine, often years before it will hit the mass media or the popular health presses. Already, it's a wide success among insiders. Now, let's take a look at this. He's talking about what you are going to get if you become member of HSI. Then he said another thing that what you get, like the news you're gonna get as a member of HSI, are what you get years before it will hit the mass media. Like this is a huge claim. So you are telling me the discovery you'll be showing me, like this is what's going on in the mind, like the thing going on in the mind of the reader at that moment will be like. So you are telling me what you want to be showing me are things that it will take years before everybody knows about it. Like this is exclusivity. Having access to a news that others won't have access to, or that will take a long while before others have access to it. Like as humans, we like that kind of exclusiveness. We want to have access to things that will take a long time before others can know about it. Like imagine now you are a football lover and you heard from you have direct access to Ronaldo manager. Anytime Ronaldo wants to do something, like the manager will call you immediately. Like if Ronaldo wants to do something next month, the manager will call you today and tell you about it before they tell anybody. Like you'll be feeling yourself. That's the same thing that will be happening in the mind of the prospect now. Like they are feeling themselves already. Like they want to go into this thing and get into this thing already because it's promising them exclusivity. Forget about promising them that it's going to solve their health problem and whatever. Like this exclusivity already, it has triggered and it has triggered their ego. That because the humans will like exclusive. Already it's a wide success among insiders. And don't forget, like this thing is a huge claim. It's something they should back up immediately. They should tell us this is true. But I'm sure they will do it in the copy. So like I'm sure he did it in the copy because I've dissected this copy like 4 times already. This is the fifth times. HSI has become the secret source of health gurus. This is also another credibility. It's telling you like HSI is not only for people that doesn't know much about health. It is the secret source of health gurus. And who are the health gurus? We have the medical doctor, we have the researchers, we have all these guys that are top guys in the health niche. Like this HSI is their secret source. Those receiving HSI's monthly members alert include some of the world's most trusted medical people, among them the authors of top-selling newsletters. Why? Now like it's building credibility for HSI and showing you that this thing is not something for people that doesn't know about health alone. Like all the people receiving our members alert are one of the most trusted medical people and authors of top selling newsletters. You'll be like, wow, this is crazy. Like all these people that always hail around, like they are also members of this HSI. Then the next thing that will happen, that the next question that question the prospect will be asking in his mind is that why? Why are all these people in HSI? Like these people are good enough, like they are good. Why are they still in HSI? Then he wants to explain the reason now. Why? Simply because HSI doesn't recycle the same old health stock. And we are wow. So this thing you'll be showing us they are breakthrough discovery. Like they are not the same old thing that I'm familiar with. You and I both know how the same well-worn natural remedies bounce from one periodical to the next. Some of it is good advice, but is it news? What? Like that's weird. What? Like these things, all the like if and these people that the prospect reading this, There are people that are on newsletters already, like they have been on newsletters. So when they see this thing, like, I've been on several newsletters, and they always advise me to drink water, to do this, to do that. They're like then he's telling them like some of all you've gotten from all those things, they are good advice, but is it news? Well, yes, it's true. All the things those people always show me, they are not news, they are just advice. Then he's telling you, well, when you read about a miracle in HSI, it really is a miracle. Not just a little known health fact, but a major new development. For example, here is what you should know right now in case anyone you love gets cancer. Whether or not you then this like he wants to show you the proof. Like he said what they are sharing is major new development. He wants to show you proof now. Here's what you should know right now in case anyone you love gets cancer. Whether or not you decide to proceed with conventional treatment for cancer, please read on. Because now there is a new all natural tool that can greatly improve your chances. It may make the difference that puts you among the survivors. It costs only pennies a day and it literally saves as mother's milk. Yeah, wow. Like they are wild and they are on rest already. Not we know that the conventional treatment for cancer is just chemotherapy, having chemotherapy, having all these drugs, doing biopsy and all those things. Like these are the things that they are the conventional treatment of cancer. You understand? Like before you move on to go for the conventional treatment, before you proceed with the conventional treatment, try to read this because there is a new natural tool that will help you save your chances, improve your chances. And this chance, like the difference is going to give you, will put you among the survivor. And another thing is, it costs only pennies a day. Like it breaks that objection. Like the objection going on in the mind of prospect at that time will be like, even if this thing is safe and it's going to put me among the survivor, is it not costly? Is it not expensive? Then he said it costs only pennies a day. And it's literally another thing going on in their mind is it safe? It breaks, like if you notice something here, it's breaking the objections the prospects are having in their mind. It's answering the question the prospects are having in their mind. It's doing all sort of things the prospects are thinking. Like it's bringing everything out in this news, in this copy. Like it is as if it's in the edge of the prospect. And that's how you want your copy to be. If they are thinking is this your product not too expensive, explain to them immediately. If they have any objection, break that objection immediately. If they have any thoughts, talk about that thoughts immediately. Anyway, it's as safe as mother's milk. He is assuring them that this thing is not dangerous. We all know that mother's milk is safe. Then he said it is as safe as mother's milk. Another thing I want you to notice here is the metaphor he used as mother's milk. HSI was among the first to break the story about this amazing compound called lactoferrin. Now he wants to explain it. Found in mother's milk, it is the very same protein that protects breastfed newborns from diseases. This mother's milk miracle pill supercharges your immune system in at least three powerful ways. First, it binds to the iron in your blood, keeping it away from cancer cells, bacteria, and other pathogens that require iron in order to grow. Second, it actually switches on the genes that launch your body's own immune response. In effect, it backs cancer cells into a corner, starves them, and calls out your white blood cells. Hey guys, the cancer is over here. Come and get it. You know what it is trying to sell now? What they are trying to promote this copy is not pill here. Like they are trying to promote newsletter, but it's not telling us the mechanism, like how these pills he wants to, that they will sharing for us, how it's going to work. Then now this is what he's explaining. As if all that weren't enough, lactoferrin also contains natural antibodies against an incredible range of other invaders, including bacteria, viruses, fungal pathogens, and even protozoan parasites. What about side effects? None. Like he has told you the useful and how this thing works. The next thing going on in the mind of the prospect, like if you know, so, like if someone understand, like this thing is new, like this is a new medicine, the next thing going on in the mind of like comes into your mind is hope this thing doesn't have any side effect. Then it breaks that immediately, like it doesn't have any, none, except it's also proven effective against symptoms linked to autism, AIDS, brain damage, and even speed recovery from strokes. No, you'll be like, wow. Like he said, it doesn't have any what's it called, like any side effect. Then it's also telling you the other thing this lactoferrin can works for. then you are wild already. And the next thing you really like, how fast does it work? Then he said, how fast does it work? Ask Marianne. This is what? The testimonial. Marianne's cancer had turned beyond the point of no return. And another thing you should notice from this place is that he's using the what's it called, like the testimonial as a story. He's not just saying, here is a picture of Marianne, a before and after stopping picture. Like he's using it as a story, coming from the points where Marianne is suffering and battling with cancer, to the point where she discovered lactoferrin, to the point where lactoferrin started giving her the kind of results she wants. That is how you use testimonial in your copy. You don't just paste screenshots, you don't just paste images, you don't just write some words about your about people that have used your products before or your services before. Like you use it as a story from the point where they are battling with this problem to the point where they find the solution, to the point where the solution starts giving them the kind of results they want, and this kind of results the reader reading the copy at that moment also wants. Let's read this. Critical white blood cell and polyabsolute counts were too low even to permit chemotherapy, but Mary Ann's friend had received the HSI members alert about the mother's milk pill. Mary Ann tried it, and within a week, she reported her polyabsolute zoomed from 0.07 to 0 to 2.7, and her white count doubled. Soon after, her polyabsolute nearly tripled to 7.6, and her white count hit 10.9, or as Mary Ann put it, over the top. The compound comes in tablets or capsule form, and it's as easy and painless to take as a vitamin. Now you see it. This is the point where Mary Ann is battling with cancer. Like even her white blood cell and poly absolute counts were too low to permit chemotherapy. Like she has been like her white blood cell and poly absolute counts, the things that are fighting cancer, they are too low to permit chemotherapy. This is how she discovered discovered lactoferrin, because she has a friend that has been receiving HSI members alert. Mary Ann then tried it, and within a week, this is the result she wants, and the result the prospect or the reader reading this at the moment want for themselves or their loved ones. This is the result they want. This is it. And then after saying this, the next thing going on in the mind of the prospect at that moment will be, hope this thing, they have an objection like, hope this thing is not difficult to use, hope it is not painful, hope it is not this, hope it is not that. Then he said it is as easy and painless to take as a vitamin. Breaks that objection straight up immediately. It is as easy and painless to take as a vitamin. And we all know that vitamins are taking vitamins is easy and painless. So why haven't you heard of it before? Another objection. Like why haven't I heard of all these things? You are saying all these things, they are breakthrough discovery, but why haven't I heard of it? Then he said, because as an all natural substance, it can't be patented. Now he's about to get like he's throwing stone at the common enemy now. Like he's about to get into common enemy part of it. Another principle of persuasion. And the other say something like the enemy of my enemy is something like that. The enemy of my friend is my enemy. And the reader is your friend, so their enemy is also your enemy. Now you are trying to target their enemy too. You are trying to paint the drug company, the pharmaceutical company, the big pharma as their enemy now. Then you are telling them that because this thing you want to show them, like this lactoferrin, because it's an all natural substance, it can't be patented. So no drug company stands to make money from marketing it. And they'll be like, wow, so this is the reason I haven't heard about it before. Then they started feeling bad. They are sad, they are angry at those big farmers. Sadly, it's still almost impossible to find real lactoferrin anywhere. No, he has tell them why they haven't heard about it. And as humans, like we are funny. Sometimes when we heard about a breakthrough like this, like instead of us to listen to the end about for the breakthrough, like when since it's just like the I can just go out there and buy it from health store or some food store, what is it called? Then it's telling them that sadly it's still almost impossible to find real lactoferrin anywhere. That thought going on in their mind that I would go out and get it from a drugstore, like it shattered that thought immediately. Like this thing, you can't find real lactoferrin anywhere. Like it's almost impossible. Since HSI broke the story, phony firms with similar sounding names have been cropping up at health food stores. that health food store you want to go to, like what you get there are phony forms. They are not the same thing. But there are sources right here in America. HSI will tell you how to get it. After that, the next thing going on in the mind of the people will be like, "No, are you telling me I have to go to German, go to Chinese, go to Korean to get all these things?" Then he's telling them, "No, no, no. There are sources right here in America for you to get it. HSI will tell you how to get it and the recommended dosages. Details in your free bonus advanced healing library." There is much more good news on the cancer front. You also must find out about how metastatic prostate cancer has been stopped without side effects. The grim fact remains that 80% of all men who live to be 80 will at some point get prostate cancer, prostate cancer rather. But the good news is that it isn't lethal if it doesn't spread to the rest of your body. And now there is a new technology for halting the deadly spread of cancer called metastasis in its track. It's a natural protein called MCP, the first totally non-toxic therapy shown to thwart metastatic cancers, a modified form of a substance found in oranges and lemons. And unlike hit or miss techniques like chemotherapy or radiation, MCP doesn't weaken your immune system. It doesn't cause dreadful side effects like nausea, baldness and weight loss. Like these are things people who undergo chemotherapy and or radiation. These are things they experience. Like they have weakened immune system. They have a weak immune system. They feel things like baldness, weight loss, and some other things like that. It doesn't kill anything. In fact, it simply makes cells more slippery. MCP acts as an anti-adhesive is like this is also the mechanism. Like this is the mechanism and how MCP works, preventing tumor cells from itching a right to other parts of your body. As reported in HSI, new research on this substance is pouring in from all over the world. In a recent university study, a 1% solution of MTP altered the spread of prostate cancer tumors in over 90% of all subjects tested. This is what? This is a proof to show like this thing has worked for others, and like this thing we've used it to do some things. Like they've used it in a university study, and this is the result they get over 90%. Like you said, this thing is working. Like it's not something we just want to test on you. We're not using you as a test as a lab rat. By contrast, all but one of the subjects who didn't receive MCP developed lung cancer. It's not telling like, see the way he did this. He said over 90%. The next thing going on in the mind, like what happened to the others that are not part of this over 90%? Then he said, by contrast, all but one of the subjects. He said all of the subjects but one. And what happened to that one? That one didn't receive MCP. That's why the person developed lung cancer. Here again, though it won't make drug companies rich, so no headlines on CNN. Another thing is also attacking common enemy again, and you are most almost certain not to find it at your drug or vitamin store. Scarcity. This thing you can't find it anywhere. But HSI members know how to get MCP, and now so can you. This is more like future pacing. Like you haven't gotten their product. Like the prospects or reader haven't clicked on their CTA to get the product. But he's telling them that it is not only the HSI members that know how to get this MCP. You too you now have access to get it. Like he's putting them in a stage or he's putting them in a state of mind where when he reveal his product and price, like these guys they will just get it because he has future spaced them in a place where they believe they have access to this thing. Full details in your free bonus advanced healing library. Now let me tell you about wait before I go on. There's something I want you to notice here. Full details in your free bonus advanced healing library. Like there's something he's doing here. He's opening a loop which you can't close until you get the product. Like you want to know the full details about this. You want to know how to get this MCP. You want to know about that. You want to know about this. But you can't know about it unless you get the product he wants to sell to you. Like he's opening a loop which you can only close after buying this product he wants to sell. Now let me tell you about the new cancer breakthrough that can beautify just about anyone over 30. Another thing I want you to notice about their sub-headline is benefit driven. It is benefit driven and curiosity embedded. The new cancer breakthrough, they are curious. What's this? What's this new cancer breakthrough? Can beautify, like this is the benefit. Like, what's this thing that can beautify people? They're also curious and there is benefit there. Like it is curiosity embedded and it is benefit driven. Everyone who has looked in a mirror, like this, and this is one thing you want to take note of when writing copy too as a copywriter. You know, some people they will just skim through your copy. They won't read everything word for word. And these sub headlines, they are there to stop them in their track when they are skimming for them to read. And so if you want to do that, if you want them to stop in their track, like it should be eyeball effect, like it should be wide, it should not be the same size with other words. Like it should be big more than other words in the copy. It should have different color from other words in the copy. And it should be curiosity embedded or benefit driven. And if you can do it, you should make sure it has both. Like it should be curiosity embedded and benefit driven. That's what's going to stop them in their track to read what you want to talk about. Everyone who has looked in a mirror and winced at an age spot, blemish, mole, or wrinkle, listen up. You know, like this thing is targeting different people. Like if you don't buy this because you have cancer or because you have arthritis, you buy this because you have wrinkle, you have blemish, you have mole, or you are aging. Here is a brand new defense against skin cancer that also erases many other skin problems. I be like, I don't have skin cancer, but you have other skin problems. This is also for you. It's a cream developed right here in America. Like it developed in America. Like no, these Americans, like Americans reading this, they be like, I hope it's not from China. Hope it's not from North Korea. You know all these things. Then he's breaking the objection, be like it is developed right here in America using plant extract called alkanoids. Similar compounds developed in Australia were promising. Sadly, they took up to 3 months to work and hurt like crazy. Like it breaks that objection. And then since it's America, I'll just go out there and buy it. Then it's telling you that similar compounds were also developed in Australia. They were promising, but sadly, they took up to 3 months before they work. Like it doesn't work faster. Another thing, it is painful, like it's hot like crazy. But now the new America cream works in as little as 3 weeks, barely tingles. And tests at St. John's, another proof in Santa Monica, California, have shown it to be 100% effective in eradicating squamous skin cancer cells and nearly as good against other skin cancers as well. How does it work? By releasing enzymes, the mechanism, how it works. It literally digests abnormal skin cells, leaving alone the healthy cells that replace them. Doctors have found that you can use this product to remove precancerous keratosis, those ugly patches or scaly skin that erupts as many of us age, gone in just a few weeks. Same story with age spots, gone, and unwanted moles, gone. So if you don't have any cancer, the only thing you have is age spots or moles. Like this thing is going to cure it. It's going to clear it off your face. Where can you get this facelift in a jar? Facelift in a jar. It's tough to find, but you have to be careful. You don't buy the Australian form. I believe you know what it's trying to do here. And if you don't, I'll try to point it out. You know, he said Australia also has their own form too. Then it's then like, and which takes longer before it starts working, and it is painful. Then he said it's tough to find this one that is made in America, and you also have to be careful you don't buy the Australia phone. But you will receive full details in your free bonus advanced healing library, another open loop, which you can only close if you buy this product wants to sell to you. And all this thing is talking about now, they are bonuses. Okay, one thing I want you to notice in this copy, like he didn't build the whole thing of all his arguments on his product. He's building all the arguments and all his talk on his bonuses. Like now, like, and the thing that will be going on in the mind of the prospect at this moment is that if the bonuses he wants to give me are this good, like the main products you want to sell must be very, very crazy. Like it's going to be out of the world for all the bonuses to be this good. Plus, you will learn about Brazil's miraculous mushroom of God, long treasured by local natives for its healing properties. It's now being shown to retard cancer tumor growth by 80 to 90%. Like this one, like if it's someone like John Carlton who wrote, if John Carlton is the person who wrote this copy, like he's going to use all these as bullets because they are fascinations, they are filled with benefits, and they are also filled with curiosity. They want to know more about this Brazil's miraculous mushroom of God. They want to know more about this natural therapy for liver disease. They want to know about this small tree from Amazon that may be the next cancer breakthrough. Like all these things, even John Curtis is one who wrote this copy. He's going to use them as bullets. Doctors are conducting an informal trial, but HSI members can get it now. Just send for your free bonus advanced healing library to learn how to use these new cancer breakthroughs now. At the same time, you will discover why you should forget everything you were ever told about cholesterol and heart disease. For starter, forget about avoiding cholesterol in your diet. And like this, even in Nigeria, as a Nigerian, they also like don't drink milk that has cholesterol, don't use vegetable oil that has cholesterol. Like this is what we are familiar with. Then this guy is telling me something else. Like, forget about avoiding cholesterol in your diet. Like, I shouldn't avoid cholesterol. And all these doctor, all these guys on the television, newspaper, they always tell us to avoid it. Then this one is telling me not to avoid it. It's going against the status quo. And if you are doing such in your copy, you should have crazy evidence, crazy proof to back it up. And I'm sure he has it, and he's going to back it up. Just forget it. HSI will tell you how, according to the latest research, eating cholesterol has no effect on the levels of LDL, bad cholesterol in your blood, and the newly identified cause of clogged arteries turns out to be a substance called homocysteine. You see, when homocysteine build up in your body, it corrodes your artery walls. Then your body responds by trying to pad the damage with cholesterol. In fact, cholesterol is one of the most valuable disease-fighting substances in your body. Like, wow. So I've been deceived. I've been lied to that cholesterol is giving me problem, whereas it is not. It is even one of the most valuable disease-fighting substances in my body. And again, HSI was among first to report the news to people outside the scientific community. Oh, to be sure, Time magazine eventually trumpeted the news about homocysteine, but this was a full year after HSI broke the entire homocysteine story to its member. I be like, wow. So Time magazine also talk about this, and that proof, but it's not using this proof to do something like it's using this proof to back up the claim he made earlier that you will get all the things they will be showing you in their members alert stuff. You get access to it before the public start getting it, like way longer. Like you get access to it way longer before the public start getting access to it. Then he's now using this to back up that claim that the Time magazine, although the Time magazine they talk about this thing, but it was after a full year HSI broke the entire homocysteine story to their member. Better still, HSI members have now learned about a new formula, the most powerful anti-homocysteine pill yet developed. Some found thinking some forward-thinking doctors now prescribe folic acid to fight homocysteine, but this new formulation is much better. It combines five nutrients to produce effects that go far beyond the powers of folic acid alone. Like if you are a doctor reading this, you're like, hey, I always recommend and prescribe folic acid to people to fight homocysteine. But it's not telling like there's a new formulation. Like as a doctor, you want to get it. If you are a patient that you've been prescribed folic acid and folic acid is not working very well, like you too want to get this out. It combines five nutrients to produce effects that go far beyond the powers of folic acid. How well does it work? Well, if you or anyone you love has a family history of heart disease, you want this pill today, just look at what happened to Mary. No, he has not talked about the pill. Like he's still trying to make them curious. He's still keeping it a secret, and they are curious. It has triggered and piqued the curiosity animal in the reader. They want to know what the pill is, and instead of telling them what the pill is, he brings a testimonial to prove that this thing is not he's not lying, he's not making all these big claims, like he has a proof for it. And if you notice, like this testimonial too is in form of story. Mary was a 45 years old, nowhere near menopause. Out of the blue, she had a heart attack. Fortunately, Mary's physician was one of the world's great authorities on health disease. He tested her for homocysteine and as he suspected, they were sky high. But after putting her on this new homocysteine formula, they sunk back down. Now, Mary now says, I feel great and I look forward to a long, healthy life. James can walk up hills now. Another testimonial. But he wasn't always so happy. Blocked arteries in his legs made every step he took an absolute agony. where the prospect where people that have used their products from the point where they are suffering from from that disease to the point where they discovered it to the point where they start using it to the point where it starts giving them the results they want. That's how you want to use your story testimonial. Use it as a story. Touch each point you should touch. Once again, the culprit turned out to be a towering level of homocysteine, yet after just a month on a program including the anti-homocysteine formula, James' homocysteine plummeted. No more pain, he reports. The same formula actually reversed David's paralysis. Another testimonial. David was only 24 years. He has been talking about 45-year-old, 50 something year old. Now he's talking about a 24-year-old. When he developed a strange paralysis that confined him to a wheelchair, eventually he was diagnosed with blood clots in his legs, and one clot had floated up to his lung, threatening his life. Once again, the secret cause was almost like since normal level at 16, his were 300, up the chart. If normal level was 16 and his own were 300, like that's crazy, like it's off the chart. After treatment with the homocysteine formula, David's disease is on the run and he can once again move his legs. If this anti-homocysteine formula can help these radically afflicted people, don't you owe it to your loved ones for find at least find out more about it? Find full details about this new miracle pill for the heart and where to get it in your free bonus advanced healing library. Just as he has been doing, this is another open loop. And there's also something he did there. I don't know if you see it. I'll point it out to you. He said if this thing is helping people, like no, like it's not like he's trying to convince you and make sure you get this, but he's not using that like he's not trying to force you. He wants you to be the one to make the decision yourself. And this is something you want people to do too. Like if you want them to do something, don't try to force them. Make them feel as if they decide to do the thing on their own. And that's what he did there. He said, if this thing has been helping people, don't you owe it to your loved ones to at least find out more about it? Even if you are doing strong head, like if the prospect is doing strong head, like I don't want to get, I'm not interested. But when they see something like this, like, don't you owe it to your loved ones? Like more like he's trying to guilt them. Like he wants them to be read up with guilt. Like my loved ones is suffering from heart attack, is suffering from heart disease. I think I should get this. Like I owe it to them to find out more about this. Like even if it doesn't work at the end of the day, I'll know I've helped them and I've done something that I should do in order to find solution to their problem. And use open loop here again, just as he has been doing. Full details about this miracle pill, blah 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 blah. Yeah, he use it again. Forget about cholesterol lowering drugs. True. Another thing. I'll just use cholesterol lowering drugs. Then he said, forget about it. Amazingly, the news I'm about to tell you was announced at the annual meeting of the America Arts Association. Another proof, another proof and credibility. Like this thing is about to tell you, it was announced at the What am I saying? It America Arts Association. So we are, oh, this thing is not like this guy for what he's about to be revealed now. He's not lying about it. For something to be revealed at the meeting and to be announced at the meeting of American Arts Association, for this thing to be revealed at the American Arts Association, this thing is true. Like there's credibility, there's credibility in it. So it's not lying. So why haven't you heard about it? I'm afraid the manufacturers of anti-cholesterol drugs are trying to suppress the truth. And they are succeeding all too well. Another thing, common enemy again. Bringing common enemy into this thing again. But HSI members have been given all the facts about anti-cholesterol drugs. They simply don't work for most people, not even at lowering cholesterol. A study of 5,600 patients using this drug found that 62% had not reached their target levels. The side effects are massive: liver toxicity, muscle cramps, nausea, diarrhea, and they make you stupid. Like these are the side effects of all the cholesterol lowering drugs you've been taking, or the one you are planning to take, or the one you are planning to buy for your loved ones. Like this is fear and pain point. So if you are experiencing this at the moment, or your loved one is experiencing this at the moment, you know that this is where it comes from. And yet the manufacturers are now pushing doctors to prescribe these drugs for patients with normal cholesterol. Like he's now attacking the common enemy. He's attacking them head on now. No, he's doing this subtly before, like this, but this time around, he's not doing it subtly again. Subtly again, he's going for them. Like this is now a head-on battle. Here is what can lower your LDL cholesterol levels better than any drug with no side effects. It's a newly discovered vitamin, a radically improved type of vitamin E called didyl didylsmethyl. Please, that's the own problem. I don't know how to pronounce all these long scientific words. Although I'm a science student, like I'm doing some a scientific related course in school, but I don't care about all these things. We call it DMT for short. DMT was researched by a famous member of the HSI advisory panel, Dr. Radal Wilkinson. And not only can it lower the LDL, bad cholesterol in your body, it's up to 60 times more effective than regular vitamin E as an antioxidant, protecting your cells from damage. We will tell you all about this breakthrough, plus how it can reduce clumping in your blood that leads to artery hardening, blood clots, and strokes. No drug in the world can significantly reduce all three of these causes of heart attacks, but DMT can, with no harmful side effects, and it works fast. He did something here too. I believe you see it, but if you can't, I'll point it out. No drug in the world can significantly reduce all three of these causes of heart attack. And this is a huge claim. But DMT can. You know when he said no drug can do it, but their own this thing he discovered can do it. The next thing is that hope this thing doesn't have any side effects. Then he counter that immediately. Like it doesn't. And it works fast. Small wonder. Doctors who read HSI are now using DMT on themselves to prevent heart attacks. One doctor reports to us started taking another proof and credibility. Like this proof, in essence, that people have been using it, and these are people that have been using it. And this is what one of them said. Credibility is in the sense that doctors are the one using it. Doctors are the one using it. Another thing is that this thing will be if like he's trying to make this thing exclusive. Because if doctors are using it, me too, I'm not a doctor. Like the way that you're doing this might not be a doctor. I'm not a doctor. Please, I want to use this thing too. Because Dr. Wilkinson serves on the HSI panel, our members have special access to professional brand that's normally available only to medical doctors. Let us show you how to get it too. Full details. Another benefit. And this benefit, like you have access to things that is only open to medical doctors. If you get into what you want to sell to you, you have access to it. Another full details in your free bonus, another open loop. This is where you also find exciting news about the heart attack culprit that's now linked to Alzheimer's, and how to counteract it. The herpes virus that may be attacking your arteries, and the new miracle pill that put it on the run. This one too, they are like fascination, benefits. This is supposed to be used as a bullet. No, it's not everybody that will behave like Don Carter. But the best news of all in your free bonus advanced healing library may just be the new breakthrough against all form of arthritis. First, let's talk about the kind of arthritis that causes increasing pain to all of us as we age. Know what I mean? The runner's knee that never cleared up, the tennis elbow that hits you first on rainy days, then every target or the pay point of effect. Like these are things that people who have arthritis are experiencing. They have these runner nails and never like these are their pain points. A, let's call it what it is, osteoarthritis. It happens when your cartilage wears down, then your joints swell up and it hurts. Now let's make it go away. See how he's doing it. Let's talk about it. Now let's make it go away. Like he's trying to make it so simple and he's trying to make it easy, like he's trying to make it feasible to the mind of the prospect. Like if the prospect reading this, be like, yeah, make it go away. Like tell me how it works. Like these are the thoughts going on in the mind of the prospect. Oh yes, you can. It's now possible to regrow your own cartilage, and reverse age-related arthritis. When HSI first made this statement, it wasn't just controversial; it was unthinkable. Now the medical community is acknowledging that the cartilage building formulas reported by HSI really work. Another proof. Like it's done like when you hear this, like they can make you like when you said This thing can help you to grow your own cartilage and reverse age-related. It might sound controversial because your medical doctor might have tell you or your therapist that this thing cannot go away. You just have to use drugs to what is it, to lower the pain. That's what you'll be familiar with. Before. So when he said that can help you to they can make this to go away and also regrow your cartilage, it sounds controversial. Then he said when they also made that when HSI also made the statement, it wasn't just controversial, it was unthinkable. Now, the medical community is acknowledging it. So if you're like, oh, so I'm not the only one that thinks this thing is controversial. Like others have thinks it's controversial too. Then now show you like this is like a proof that but now people are the medical community are now acknowledging that the cartilage building formula supported by HSI really work. Even orthopedic surgeons are blown away when they see the results. Dr. Lawrence A. Pabst, MD, writes enthusiastically to an HSI scientist that I have had about 95% success rate, and that proof. That's amazingly enough for arthritis. And but even more impressive is how total these successes have been. As Dr. Pabst explains, one example is that a 67-year-old man, another proof, another testimonial of how this thing works. They are also using this testimonial as a story. Believe it or not, Dr. Pabst concludes she has even started to go to the driving range. For someone that is 65-year-old suffering from arthritis, you know that to go to driving range is something that shows she has seen result. And this might be the desire of someone reading this who has arthritis too. They want to go to the driving range. Then he's saying like someone has done it, you can do it too. Your free bonus health advanced Healing Library will include details on this, another equally revolutionary formulas for arthritis and where to get them, including the raw bar breakthrough that shrinks arthritis swelling 93%. It's also talking about arthritis again. On that breakthrough, like I believe with everything I've been showing since morning, like if you go through this copy, you'll be able to get a normal what's it called? Like you get an idea of what he's doing in this copy. You get an idea of all he's doing in the copy. Yeah. 18 years of research followed. Scientists from research labs in Australia, Japan, France all competed to unlock the healing secrets hidden within these mysterious shells. Finally, they perfected a way to extract the special fatty acid that do the trick and put them in a capsule. The result is called liprinol. And here is what the top brains are saying about it. In my opinion, a very major breakthrough. Here is what they are saying about it. What was that? Proof again. And this is not just ordinary proof. This is a social proof because it is coming from what? It's coming from top brains like gurus. It is social proof. The speaker here is a world-renowned biochemist from Australia. That's what the speaker who said, in my opinion, a very major breakthrough. Is a world-renowned biochemist from Australia. He's impressed because scientists have tried for a long time to make drugs that reverse inflammation in the same way, but every drug that ever tried just about destroy your stomach lining. Liprinol, however, is safe and free of side effects. It works against all types of joint pain. And one thing he's doing here, like you might be like, I'm not using any Liprinol. I just go and buy all the ones I've been using to reduce my inflammation before. Then he will tell you, like, even if you haven't been feeling any symptoms that your stomach lining have been destroyed, like if the prospect are not feeling it, the moment he said all the drugs that are helping to reverse inflammation, they destroy your stomach lining. It goes into the subconscious of the prospect. Like even if the prospect doesn't want to listen, I'm gonna buy my the ones I've been using before. Then you start having this feeling like the feeling of his stomach lining to have been destroyed. That's what he's doing. Don't just write words on Google Doc alone when you're writing copy. Write words in a way it's going to struck an emotional chord in the mind of your prospect in a way that is going to seep into their subconscious. Where they want to do something that go against what you want them to do, their subconscious is going to keep disturbing them till they do what you want them to do. That's how you write copy, and that's what he's doing here too. Combating everyday wear and tear as it balances and boosts the immune system. Supplies of Liprinol aren't available at your local drugstore. Those few who know how to get it are practically breaking down doors to get it. In other words, scarcity. You can't get these things in your local drugstore. And those who know how to get it are practically breaking doors down to get it. Breaking down doors to get it. However, HSI was able to secure preferential access to its member. Like this thing is not available in your local drugstore. And even if it is available, where it is available, people are breaking doors down to get it. But it's telling you like, and that's stressful, like having to break down doors down. That means like you have to go through a lot of stress before you get it. But it's telling you, however, HSI was able to secure preferential access to its member. Like if you are an HSI member, you'll be able to get it easily. Full details in your free bonus, another open link. Plus, you will learn more startling news about the secret cause of many cases of arthritis. Can your loved one's arthritis be caused by a bug? This is also another news. Like this sounds newsy. But like we all know that arthritis is not caused by a bug, but it's telling you like that it is possible that your own loved one's arthritis can be caused by a bug. Then he explained. Remember when they discovered the link between ulcers and bacteria? Now he wants like he's trying to link this to something. Like this is unthinkable. This is just you are just trying to be controversial. Then he's breaking that objection. Like, do you remember a time where they link ulcer and back to bacteria? Then when he said that, you now start seeing some similarities. That if there can be a link between ulcer and bacteria, then there can also be a link between arthritis and bug. But the research is still virtually unknown outside of peer-reviewed scientific journals. Brand new studies showed a link between arthritis and some minuscule bugs, even smaller than bacteria, called mycoplasma. These little critters don't even have cell walls, which makes them able to invade the cells that coat and lubricate your joints. It turns out that 50% of patients with chronic arthritis have mycoplasma infections. So how to get rid of this bug? Mega doses of antibiotic can work, but they can take up to a year with very unpleasant side effects. Your free bonus advanced healing library will tell you about the safe new treatment effective against mycoplasmas, plasmism, plasmisms, and other microorganisms linked to arthritis, including the new silver compounds that kill mycoplasmism but don't nuke your gut. New formulas of selenium and oxygen that can stop arthritis triggering bugs. Bullets filled with benefits. And there is also open loop there. And nature's most powerful new antibiotic derived from leaves of a common fruit tree and also potent, it even shuts down viruses. Would you welcome a legitimate cure of rheumatoid arthritis? Another like this is also another discovery. Like he's talking about his bonus here. Bonuses. Like, I believe I've done enough. Let's now get into where he talked about the product, which is the newsletter he wants to tell. Being a little in just 2 weeks, 82% of them had remission for the first time in their lives. And in another 30 years, this new magic bullet may be used as commonly as aspirin now. But why wait? HSI members have access to it. Yeah, what he did here is he talked about what did he talk about here? I want to bring some like there is a place in this copy where he talked about like about how aspirin where how it takes 30 years after they discover aspirin can cure one disease before they show it to the public. He said, but he's telling like you don't have to wait for that 30 years because if you join HSI, you get access to all their discovery, like something like that. But because I don't want this video to be long because like one thing about long videos is that even if you are learning something, you might get bored at the end. Like, so I don't want that to happen. That's why I'm just cutting this short. And another like that's not even the main reason. Like if it requires a video to be long in order for you to learn, I'm going to go out of my way to make sure it's long for you to learn. But I also want you to go through it yourself too, now to get familiar with it. You don't just watch video alone, like go through the copy. And I'll drop the link to this copy. I'll drop it in the description section. I'll drop it there. So for you to go through it. You don't have to worry. I'll drop the link to the copy for you. This one I have full access to it, so I'll drop it. But why wait? HSI members have access to it now, and your free bonus advanced healing library will give you full details on how to get it and use it. Feeling a little more hopeful. So at that point, like at this point, people reading this, like the readers, the prospects, they are hopeful now. Like they are feeling hopeful. They also did discovery and everything he has been showing them. Like feeling hopeful already. Then he's saying it. I'm feeling a little more hopeful now. Like as a question, I do hope you are. And there's much more great news on the horizon about many more cures for conditions that may be making you suffer needlessly. As an HSI member, you will learn about the astonishing new psoriasis, psoriasis breakthrough that improved or completely eliminated symptoms in 81% of patients tested, made from a special extract of Oregon grapes. There has never been a remedy so dramatically successful before. An extract proven to reduce migraine incidence by 50%. Patients report lower intensity of pain and reduced frequency of symptoms. The new anti-aging substance that's much safer than taking DHEA because it lets your body restore its own optimum hormone balance. The new compound that could put diet clinics out of business. You see, like all these things are benefits. Like all these things are benefits. This is talking about these things are curiosity embedded because you want to know about it, and it's also benefit driven because it mentioned what it's going to do for you. Like this is what this thing is going to do for you. But if you want to find out more about it, go do this. That's the curiosity part of it. What it's going to do for you is the benefit part of it. I don't know if you are getting these things are fascination. It gets the blood of the reader, it gets its eye. Like the body is eye and boiling already. Yeah, these things are new. These things are fascinating. I want to know more about it. Your doctor may be just as excited to hear this news as you are. Like you are excited already. And it's not telling like your doctors are also will be excited too. And like so my doctors don't even know about it. Like this thing is I don't know if you are getting this. I don't know if you are excited just as I am reading this. I don't know if you are getting the emotions or you are like I don't know if you when watching this video or when you try to dissect this copy on your own, you'll be able to get and crawl into the thought process of this copywriter as I'm crawling into it and as I'm getting everything he's doing now. Before any of this new discovery trickle down to your doctor's decks, they have to pass through a pipeline that would make a plumber dizzy. Medical schools, these are the common enemies. Government agencies, HMOs, hospitals, drug companies, and let's not forget the $200 billion industry in non-prescription supplements who want to keep selling you their old start buys. No wonder it took 30 years for something as basic as aspirin. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Aspirin therapy for heart disease to enter the mainstream. Yes, it did. Now he wants to back it up. No, that's a huge claim, and he wants to back it up. The original research was published in 1959. Doctors began recommending it around 1989. You could look it up. It's something like you can go on Google to check it. It's not lying. But if you think delays like this are just not acceptable, just use the enclosed RSVP free bonus gift certificate. Join today's most brilliant health practitioners and researchers as a member of Health Sciences Institute. This is the call to action. The call to action. Like if you think you don't want this kind of delays, you want direct access to stuff like this and get 30 years ahead of everyone else in the next 60 seconds. The call to action. Another thing he did there is that this call to action is not something that requires you to do a lot of stuff. You know, some if you click some CTA, you have to go through different stages. It's telling you like in the next 60 seconds. So it only takes you 1 minute to complete everything you need to complete. In the coming months, as scientists find the new, like this is what will happen if you join us. These are what you get. These are their offer. These are the offer. These are what you get. These are what you get if you join them. A portion of your membership dues supports important health research. They are telling you what they use your money for. Personal access to our these are what you get. These are their offers. All these benefits and more for just pennies a day. If you accept this special invitation now, you will award you a 3-year membership for just $2.47 a month. Like it's low. And along with your 1 year, 2 year, or 3 year membership, you also get your free bonus. These are the bonuses. And you have the right to be eligible and as of today, you have the means. Just subscribe today and the exact another CTA. If just one of these new discoveries could if just one of these new discovery could they're telling like if it's just one of the things we will discovering or one of the things we've discovered could just hand you a clean cancer checkup, head off an impending heart attack, end your arthritis pain and arthritis, or spare you just one sleepless night. If it could just do this one for you, like if what you have is cancer, yeah, Like it might be like what this what I've discovered, or what these guys have discovered might help cure my cancer. Like he wants to get it. It might help cure my heart attack. You want to get it. It might help end my arthritis pain. You might want to get it. It might spare just one sleepless night. You want to get it. Are you seeing the way he's pulling the emotion? He's using like a push and pull method. Like he's not trying to force the prospect to click on the city. Like he's trying to work on their emotion and make sure they click on the city. Isn't it worth the small effort to fill out the order form and subscribe today? There is no risk. Reach for it now. When we rush you free bonus advanced healing library your first like these are what you get and this is what will happen. Always tell them what will happen after clicking on your city. We promise your membership will make an enormous difference in your life. If you don't instantly agree that HSI's answer are the real stuff, real news and really work, just let me know. I will immediately send you a full prorated refund and keep your gift guarantee. If these things doesn't work even after you get it or you believe it doesn't work, return it and they will give you your money back. You have so much to gain and nothing to lose but pain, anxiety, and years of waiting. And that thing they did there, like you have nothing to lose. The only thing you have to lose are pain, anxiety, and years of waiting. So subscribe today. Let me hear from you soon on that CTA. Yours sincerely, Jenin Thompson. P.S. Don't forget your fast reply bonus. See the way they did this, they had this thing. They didn't talk about this fast reply bonus before, but in his PS section, he's telling you like if you do this now, you get a fast reply bonus. Subscribe now, and that's it, button. Like this is most all the copy in Agora is always selling what's it called? Like they're always selling newsletters. Like they're always selling newsletters. And this is how they always structure their copy. But one thing about their copy is they always come from this crazy angle. Like they always come from mad angle. See the angle he came from here with his headline like could this happen? And these days I'll also be dissecting more of Agora copy and uploading the video here. So if you are just watching a video from this channel for the first time, please do well to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified anytime I drop a new video. And if you've been watching before and you've been learning some things, please like this video. Thank you for being a subscriber of this channel. Like this video so YouTube can recommend this video to a lot of people to learn from it too. And if you have a copywriter, a friend as a copywriter, you can also recommend this channel to them so they can come here and learn too. Thank you very much.